All right, today we're going to break down a really fascinating story that paints this incredible picture of cause and effect, but not just in our actions, in our energy. It lays out this unique spiritual framework where every single choice we make has a visible, almost tangible consequence. So yeah, let's get right into it. So this is the core idea, the whole foundation of what we're exploring. The source material basically says that our life force, what it calls our holy fire, is like a currency. In every single interaction, every moment, we're either making a smart investment with it or we're just letting it drain away. So here's how we're going to walk through this whole thing. We'll start in a world seen through auras. Then we'll follow a scam and see how its debt just keeps growing. After that, we watch the consequences come flying back, discover a spiritual tool for cleaning up the mess, and finally, see how the spiritual bill actually gets paid in the real world. Okay, first up, let's meet the people in our story. In this world, their personalities and what drives them, well, they're not just ideas. They're visible energy fields, auras, that are constantly interacting and bouncing off each other. Here are our players. So you've got Diesel, who's all about dominance, and his aura is this mix of mustard brown and sapphire blue. Then there's Abby, who's really just looking for validation. She radiates this violet rose color. Rev, on the other hand, he's all about intellectual detachment, which shows up as this leaden gray fortress around him. And then there's Evelyn, who's kind of our guide. She sees all of this, operating from a place of discernment with a really clear rose pink and violet aura. So these are their energetic starting blocks. So the story introduces this idea of karmic debt right from the get-go. Diesel gets concert tickets for his friend Rev, but then he decides to charge him interest. And that one little move, it twists a friendly gesture into a selfish transaction. And boom, it creates what the text calls a heavy leaden weight of a future consequence. The very first karmic debt is on the books. Okay, now we're at the concert, and this is where things really start to go sideways. Diesel's lies start to create this immediate, visible negative energy. And one character, Evelyn, can actually see it all happening. And this is so crucial. Dishonesty has a signature. When Rev asks about the ticket prices, Diesel lies. And in that exact moment, a coiling plume of murky gray smoke is described as literally erupting from his throat chakra. It's not a metaphor, it's a tangible sign of his lie. And believe it or not, it gets even more graphic. When drugs, disguised as gummy bears, get passed around, Evelyn starts to see these tiny parasitic things, these leech beings, clinging to her friends. They're drawn to the energy that gets leaked when someone's not fully present in their own body. And this breaks down exactly how that energy leak works. The substance makes the soul kind of pull back from the physical body, which leaves it super vulnerable. And that creates an opening for that sacred fire, that life force, to just get siphoned off by these outside forces. But Diesel's scam doesn't just stop with a little lie about tickets. Oh no. He starts actively creating chaos and fear, first at the concert and then in a movie theater, building this repeating loop of discord just so he can profit from it. This right here. This is the critical turning point. Diesel pays a tech student to use a portable speaker to fake gunshots, causing total panic. Then he goes and collects double and triple back refunds from the venues. So he's not just lying anymore. He's orchestrating fear to make money, and that fundamentally changes his entire energetic signature. And because of that, he creates what's called a karmic tether. He is now energetically chained to the very chaos he manufactured. Every single dollar he makes from this scam isn't free money. It's a link, a chain connecting him directly to all the fear and discord he created. And the source material gets incredibly specific about this. The energy attached to this dirty money is now tagged with a particular frequency, the mark of the beast. And this isn't just symbolic. It's described as a literal energetic signature that marks money made from the misery of others. And, well, like the title of this whole explainer suggests, what goes around comes around. We finally reach the climax. The moment where the full weight of Diesel's actions comes crashing right back down on him and everyone else. So the truth comes out in the most mundane place, a high school hallway. Abby and Rev overhear Diesel bragging and giving his accomplice a cut of the money. And in that instant, they realize the entire night of terror wasn't random. It was a setup. The betrayal is just absolute. For Abby, this is just devastating. It's deeply personal, purely emotional. This quote says it all. She feels worthless. The hope she had for a real connection was just used against her. The story says her aura literally wilts as she just spirals into self-rejection. Now Rev's reaction? Totally different. For him, it's an intellectual violation. He feels like his mind, his ability to think and figure out the truth, was straight up hacked and played with. His whole fortress of detachment is breached, and all that's left is this cold, dark resentment. What's so interesting here is how it lays out two totally distinct types of damage. On one side, you have Abby's wound, which is all emotional, a feeling of being spiritually suffocated. On the other, you have Rev's, which is intellectual, a full-on siege of his mental sovereignty. The same exact event created two profoundly different spiritual injuries. So, with all this energetic damage, all this karmic debt piling up, the big question is, how do you fix it? Well, the story introduces this pretty amazing metaphysical tool, an alchemical key designed specifically to transform and cleanse this exact kind of negative energy. This tool is called the Violet Flame. Think of it like a spiritual detergent. And it's not just about forgiving a mistake or sweeping it under the rug. The whole point is to completely consume the entire energetic chain reaction of an error, the cause, the effect, and even the memory of it. A total wipe. And this is how they use it. It's not a passive thing. With this direct invocation, the characters consciously call this purifying energy to them. It's an active choice, applying a spiritual solution to a spiritual problem. And it works to cleanse the astral tar right out of their auras. But, and this is a huge but, the story makes it crystal clear that a spiritual fix alone isn't enough. To truly balance the scales and get back to a place of integrity, they have to take real, concrete, boots-on-the-ground actions. And this is literally how they pay the bill. First, they acknowledge their shared responsibility for ignoring their own intuition. Then, they go work in a restaurant kitchen to pay off an $800 bill they'd skipped out on. Diesel returns every single cent of the money he scammed. And finally, Abby offers genuine forgiveness, which dissolves that toxic, energetic link of resentment for good. And the story ends by turning that central theme right back on us. Yeah, their immediate karmic bill is settled, but that fundamental choice, it always remains. It leaves us with a question about our own energy. How are we going to choose to invest our holy fire in the very next moment?